On this episode of Bet Bath & Beyond, Andrew and I talk a lot about NFTs, boy, all day, every day. Každý den. I'm taking Slovak lessons. That means every day. Každý den. Zen Run, the horse racing, the digital horse racing platform that we talk about all the time, is having a huge horse racing drop today. It's today for you guys listening to this episode. It's tomorrow for me. Very excited. Not going to get a lot of sleep tonight because of the excitement. You're going to want to listen to it. This game is the future, okay? You will listen to this 5 years from now and be like, holy shit, Ian was right. That's all I got to say. Then we talk NFL news. Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. We talk more about that. Terry Bradshaw said some really dumb shit. What else is new? We play Go Fuck Yourself. We haven't been playing that in a while, so we brought it back. And then I forget. So the last part of the episode will be a mystery for you. You're welcome. 3, 2, 1, go. I am Ian Peacock.
And I am Andy Heidemann. And I hate sports betting. No matter what you say, I'm betting 100 on it tonight.
Welcome to Bet Bath & Beyond.
Brought to you by B3T Sports.
.com and our new sponsor.
Don't say it. I know what you're going to say.
Topo Chico.
Is it Topo?
It's
Topo.
Topo Chico.
Yeah, she spells it, then just says the last one.
Topo Chico.
Sure.
Why that must have that intro might have sounded really fucking loud because for some reason Audacity has my recording volume set super high. And I've never touched it. And I was just looking at the sound waves, and they were super fucking loud. So I apologize if I just killed your headphones for the first 10 seconds of this podcast.
They deserve it.
But yeah, Topo Chico from Monterrey, Mexico. The mineral water that you will love to glug and suck. And it's from Mexico, so you know it's quality.
When you said love to glug, I was like, oh, is this like an actual tagline that he's reading? And then after that, I was like, oh, clearly not.
No, clearly they sent us the copy to read for their ad, Andrew. That's how sponsors.
Along with a fucking pallet of Topo Chico itself.
We have so much Topo Chico. Okay, so fun story. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo.
That's true.
And Holly, to get festive and everything, she ordered a bunch of stuff on Amazon, like Whole Foods, to get delivered, right?
Cool. Yeah.
And so she ordered 2 bottles of Topo Chico.
Sure.
Just 2 bottles. Like,
do they come in glass bottles?
They come in glass bottles.
I fucking love it.
It's so great. And you can buy them separately. You don't have to buy like a whole pack, like a 12-pack of Topo Chico. Anyway, she got 2 glass bottles of Topo Chico, was charged 2 glass bottles of Topo Chico. Whole Foods delivered 2 cases of Topo Chico. 2 12-bottle cases of Topo Chico came to our apartment yesterday, and we were only charged for 2 bottles.
That sounds like somebody made a mistake.
Sounds like we actually were sponsored by Topo Chico, and for that, I am giving them a bunch of free ad time.
That's true. I don't know what else we could do for them. I mean, aside from like just buy a shit ton ourselves.
This is what they get. Okay. Andrew, I was thinking about this before we get into all the shit that we're going to...
the episode.
Yeah, the meat of the episode. While we're just fucking bantering around with our dicks in our hands, like we always do at the beginning of these podcasts.
Exactly.
It got me thinking. If you had to go back this is episode 77? 77.
Yes.
If you had to go back at all our previous episodes and combine, or I guess compile, how often I talk versus how often you talk, what do you think the ratio would be?
That's actually very interesting. It very much depends on topic, I think. If I make you mad, then you're talking more than I am. If you make me mad, I'm talking more than you are.
Very well said. Well said.
I'm thinking out loud here because
Gun to your head, pick a ratio. Who do you think talks more and by how much?
I think it's me, and I think it's by not a very large margin at all.
Really?
I do, because I think when I go on like rants, I think my rants are longer, and they're more rambly. I think that
yeah, but I interject a lot.
I mean, we both do that. I mean, there are points where I'm like, I am talking over this man right now, and I don't care. Like, the people need to know.
I actually think it's me, and I think if I had to put a ratio on it, I would say 60-40 me.
Really? That's large.
I think so. I think I would. Now, I do mix the episodes. So, and I haven't.
That's true. Yeah, you might.
No, but don't get me wrong. It's not like I actually have looked through any sort of episodes or have compiled any sort of stats to back up that 60-40 claim. I'm just saying, like, in my head, I think it's 60-40, and maybe because I mix the episodes, that gives me more, like, credentials to offer a more accurate viewpoint, but it could be total bullshit and you could be the one to talk more. I would be interested to get our listeners' perspective, whether you're part of the B3T sports family or you're not. Maybe tweet us or just fucking tag us on Instagram on stories or whatever. Let us know. Let us know who you think talks the most on this podcast and by how much.
That's true. I mean, like, when we're talking fantasy, though, or DFS? Okay, or not, I guess. I like to talk DFS. You hate that shit.
I think you're forgetting, Andrew, that I am in a fantasy basketball league.
Oh,
been in first place. How many times have you brought up fantasy basketball on this podcast?
Well, considering I'm not in fantasy basketball, not a lot. Actually, you say that. I bring up fantasy basketball a lot in the sense of saying, so tell us about your league, Ian.
Okay, so as we all know, I was in first place pretty much the entire season. I have religiously updated my roster on a day-to-day basis, making sure that all my available players are not on the bench but are on the active roster, so I get as many points as possible. I have hit a wall. I am losing currently to our commissioner in the semifinals of the league.
Oh, no.
I have four players out. Not day to day, which is like questionable if you were going to compare it to DFS. But it is it's out, which means that they're definitely out for at least 3 games, which sucks. Tyler Hero's out, Darius Garland's out, Ingram is out, and my boy Beasley is out. And it's just not good.
Yeah, I think that you're fucked.
I think I am too, and I think it's just the fucking way the cookie
comes.
Now,
how is third determined? Will you play a third place match, or is it based just on points?
I don't know, dude. I'm looking at the score right now. I'm so mad. I'm losing. Fuck, dude. I'm losing. It's 1289 to 1070, so about 200 points. And this late in the week, it's Thursday. That's going to be hard to do. And Jimmy Butler is day to day, which is
not good.
That's not good. He could be out. Malik Beasley has been fucking out for forever. Tyler Hero's been out. It just sucks. Oof. It sucks.
It just sucks. Yeah, and
I'm not getting like a good timeline of when they're going to return.
What was the buy-in for this league?
It's like $20.
Okay, so it's not like it's a money league, really.
It's not nothing. It's like $200.
I guess, but you know
what I can buy?
Think about all the things in your life that you have done for like a $200 day, and think about all the work you put into this fantasy league. I mean, has it been super fun?
It's been something to do. I wouldn't call it super fun, but it's been something that I could do on a day-to-day basis that could fill some boredom.
Right. So
But you know what I could do with $200, Andrew?
Buy Ethereum.
Close. close. I could buy a Z9 to Z10 Genesis horse on Zed Run.
It's true. We're going to.
We are going to. The drop is tomorrow, aka if you're listening to this, today.
And I think the drops start, at least our time, Central. I think they start around 9 p.m.
No, what the fuck? No.
That's what I saw. The link that I sent you, that's what it said.
No, Andrew. Thank God you have me, because you would just be lost in this world. You would miss out on all the horses. Hold on, I'm clicking the link now. Okay, so.
Mm-hmm. So the Terra Drop schedule, set 1 of Terra Drop, will commence at 12 p.m. PT time on the 7th of May.
Do you know what PT means?
Pacific?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So do you know what CET means?
Central.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
so
it doesn't. No, Central does not mean Central. CET is not Central, you idiot. PT means Pacific time. ET means Eastern time. CET and AEDT, I have fucking no clue what those means, and I don't really give a shit because I know
CET was Central.
I know what PT and ET are. PT
Central European time is CET time.
See, this is why you need me, Andrew, because you literally would have missed.
I'd have gotten an email. I mean, which is how this works.
Would you have actually checked it at?
So I would have checked my email. I get emails all fucking day. What are you talking about?
Okay, but so just so we're clear, the drop is going to happen at 2:00 your time.
15:03 because that's Eastern, 1 hour less. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so you're going to have to be ready to grab some horses while at work.
I mean, that's fine. Here's the thing: it's at 2, but it really might not be at 2. I think it can go all the way till 3. What is that? 3:15.
Right. So let's go through this just in case there's any listener out there that, I mean, we talk about Zed Run all the fucking time, and I've literally said at least 10 times, Genesis horses are going to be the most valuable horses in the game because they are minted by Zed. They already have a competitive advantage by being Genesis horses. That doesn't mean that they're going to win all the time. They just have a competitive edge in the algorithm.
Right.
And they're also the most sought after for breeding purposes because Genesis horses and how the algorithm works, the further away your heritage is to a Genesis horse, the less likely you're going to have a winner of a horse, which means Genesis horses are not only going to have the competitive edge, but their offspring, the closest offspring, are going to be the ones that also carry a competitive edge. Now,
I'm getting myself a horse.
Now, this is going to be the biggest drop to date, okay? They call it the Terra drop, and it's 2 sets. First off, this is what you need to do. Go to zed.run, okay? Zed.run, that is the site. Now, you need to get a MetaMask wallet. You need to load it with Ethereum, and then you have to convert it to wrapped Ethereum.
Correct.
On the Zed Run site. There's different forms of wrapped Ether. You have to do it on the Zed Run site because the entire drop is going to be on something called a Matic system. Okay? A Matic network. And why they do this is to make sure that the drop is gasless. And what that means is in the Ethereum network, so if you're dealing with a raw Ethereum, anything that you do on the network, whether that's bid on a horse, whether that's send a horse to someone, whether that's buying a horse, you have to pay to use the Ethereum network. It's almost like a tax, okay? They do this to make sure that people aren't spamming their network all the time. And depending on how busy that network is, the higher the gas price is, okay? So when a lot of people are trying to use it all at once to buy a horse, the gas prices are going to be very high. And that doesn't even mean you are going to get a horse. That just means you have to pay gas just to maybe buy a horse. So what happened with the last drop is that all these people were trying to buy horses. They had to pay gas anyway just to try and buy a horse. Sometimes it failed. They still had to pay the gas fee. And everyone was pissed and they didn't even get a horse.
Yeah,
this is why... Yeah, I would be too. And so this is why they're switching to the Matic network.
Especially if like gas is bad that week. Or, I mean, like they can... You could pay a lot.
Dude, gas has been a fucking bitch. It's kind of low right now, but I've had to pay my fair share of gas in the past few months, just with the NFTs and buying rare digital art and all that bullshit. And it's not fun. It's not fun. So hopefully it's going to be a lot smoother than last drop, which I did not participate in because I didn't even really. The last drop is what got me into Zed.
Interested, right?
Right, because PFT commenter actually, he tweeted a horse on Twitter, and I saw some other things on Twitter, like some Barstool employee was also buying a horse. So that's how I even got I got exposure from the Zed platform. Now I'm ready. We're both ready. We both bought Ether. We've switched it to wrapped Ether on the Matic network, so we don't have to pay any gas, and we're just fucking waiting. So like we just said, there are 2 sets tomorrow. The first set starts at 12 o'clock Pacific time, 3 o'clock Eastern time, okay? And then there are waves in each set. There are 6 waves in each set, and they're not even going to tell you what wave you're in. You just have to, when you sign up on the Zed.run website, you have to just wait for them to email you telling you what wave you're in, and then that's when you can go buy the horse.
And I think you get 15. I mean, I don't think it's gonna kick you out after 15 minutes, but I think like it's there. You get 15 minutes before the next set of people come in, right?
That I'm not sure because
I was also unsure. That's why I was kind of hoping that you'd have an answer for that. I'm sure the info's out there. I know that the waves are in 15-minute increments. Now, whether or not you're in your own shop with a limited number of horses, I don't know how that works, but
I would say, and
I guess that's not the case because that gives people who are later. Well, I guess
yeah. So listen, if you got chosen randomly, and I'm assuming it's random, they haven't said, but if you get chosen randomly for wave 1, I think you only get 15 minutes because then the next wave starts. And if you were, let's say, randomly chosen to get in wave 1, you would have a huge competitive advantage by being able to participate in all 6 waves if it was the model that you were just talking about. Exactly. So for that reason alone, I would say that I doubt that they're going to run the drop like that. I'm speculating, but the Zed run team is very smart. They've taken a lot of precautions to make sure that people aren't pissed off about this drop. I don't see them doing,
Right. I mean, is this their second drop, right?
This is their 5th.
Oh, this is their 5th. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say their second drop, I don't expect everything to be perfect. There's probably going to be some bumps still, even though they've taken... But, I mean, their 5th drop, I'm hoping things are probably pretty smooth then. I do have to say, their site looks great.
Dude, the races look great. Just everything about it looks great. They've already, announced a partnership with Atari. I am so bullish on Zed Run. I already have 2 horses, 2 Nakamoto horses. Fingers, my gem of a horse, she's easily worth probably 2 Ether right now. I would probably, just looking at previous sales on OpenSea Matic, I would say she's worth 2 Ether right now.
Sure.
And I would say that value will continue to rise as long as I don't race her. And then also as the pools get more and more diluted with shittier breeds like Buterin, Finney, the more that those are, the rarer Nakamoto will be. But then also, and I've told you this, Andrew, my strategy for tomorrow's drop on Zed Run is to really just get 2 Genesis horses. I don't care which ones. I'm going to try to get a male and a female Genesis horses. I'm never going to race them. I'm just going to breed their offspring, and then I'll race their offspring.
I'm definitely in the market, at least for a male Genesis horse. And then depending on what I have left over after I found what I really like, then I will be looking for possibly a female for breeding, similar to what you're doing. It might not be a great Genesis, but at least it will be one. The other thing is, I don't know what they've said about breeding. Everyone's focused on the drop currently, but I know that they're doing some bug fixes for breeding.
So breeding has been closed
Right.
breeding has been closed for several weeks now because they are trying to, exactly what you said, fix some bugs and just kind of see what happens to they're also experimenting, right? So they also want to see like what happens to the supply pool when they close off breeding for a month, see what happens. Because I could see them only opening breeding season for a few months a year. And that kind of would limit the supply pool so you're not having unlimited horses constantly enter, diluting all of the other horses.
Another interesting thing that I don't know anything about when it comes to breeding, like obviously, if I have a male and a female horse, I can breed them. But if I have a male horse and you've got a female horse, like you just contact the person, and then is there a system? I'm assuming that you can do that through.
So that's all through Zed's site. What happens is you can only list the male to breed. Okay,
Really?
it's called the stud farm. They call it the stud farm, and you set a price as the male owner. You say it's going to cost, let's just say, for example, zero point 0.1 ether to breed with my horse. Then whoever owns a female horse would then come and pay you. They don't have to do any sort of contact with you because you're already listing this on the site, so it's automatic. I browse the stud farm, find the horse I like, see the price. I pay the price as the owner of the female to mate with my female, and I keep the child.
Correct.
The offspring. So that's how that works. This Topo Chico, I don't know if it's the bubbles or something. It's getting in my throat.
It's poison. That's why they gave you so much.
It's got 40 milligrams of calcium.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, I'm sure it's not bad, but
no, calcium's good. Dude, calcium's good for you. It's good for your bones.
Yes, yeah, no, I know how that works. I'm just saying, I don't know if that's a good ratio. Soda could have 80 grams of calcium, and I'd be like, oh, like that's
yeah, but there's no sugar. There's no sugar in our Topo Chico.
Are you sure? Is it flavored?
No, it's not flavored. 0 calories, 0 protein, 0 total fat. There is 15 milligrams of sodium, but that's why it's mineral
that's
water.
Fine for you. Yeah, it's fine for you.
I've got a question, Andrew.
Hit me.
What is Zeke barking at?
Anything he can see.
Really? He's that type of dog, huh?
Well, so he just recently. I mean, so the people who are listening to the podcast aren't gonna be able to hear it because of that recording software I've got, but you can hear it definitely. And just the last week or two, he has been free roam, like just out. Like every morning, I let him out of the kennel, and he has free reign of the house. He can go anywhere he wants. I take that back. He can't go into the kitchen unless I'm out there. But I let him walk around the house. He can go into the bedrooms. He can come into the office. My couches, both my couches are up against both of my windows. So he likes to hop up there, look out the window. And if something's moving, he's like, I don't understand. And he likes to bark.
Do you block the kitchen off with like a baby gate? Can he just jump over it?
He doesn't know that. So there were. I have two gates, same exact size, and one used to be way back when used to be into my hallway and into my kitchen. And he figured out how to jump the hallway one, so I just took it down. But he doesn't realize that the kitchen one is the exact same fence, and he just won't try to jump it.
That's hilarious.
Dogs are dumb.
Yep, Zeke is dumb. Yep. You heard it here first. Okay, so just to wrap a nice little bow on this Zed run analysis that we talked about, let's talk about pricing, because you won't know the pricing until the actual drop, but we do have the pricing from the 4 previous drops, and they are incremented. So the cheapest that you could buy a horse was obviously the first drop, and then they incremented a little bit for each drop. So, for example, on the first drop, you could get a Z1 Nakamoto Genesis horse, the creme de la creme, for $7,000.
God damn, that's still so expensive.
It is. That is still a lot of money. Now, fast forward to the last drop, okay, you had to spend $16,000 to get a Z1 horse. So
a $9,000 increase.
Good, quick math. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you have a Z10. Remember, God, these bubbles, Topo Chico bubbles. Remember, Genesis horses are either Z1 to Z10. Okay, it does not go past Z10. Z1 is the creme de la creme, the purest of the pure, the Nakamotos. Z10 are the Buterins. Okay. Still really good horses, especially if they're Genesis. Those would have cost you $80 on the first drop.
So cheap.
I mean, still
I can you even imagine though, like when this first started going and getting like 20 Z10, you know what I mean, for $80.
I mean, if that blows your mind, think about people, and this might just fucking not phase you because you have no idea. But there were people who were buying Beeple artwork, and Beeple is the king of the NFT art space. His Christie 1 of 1 sold for $69 million.
That's so insane.
In back in March. Okay, so like this is crazy. All of his artwork pretty much goes in the six figures. People bought his artwork for $1,000. Okay, even less. It was like $950 back in December of 2020. And it's now worth, that same artwork is worth $100,000.
That's just dumb. It's crazy.
It's insane. And that was 4 months ago, 5 months ago. That's insane. But yeah, so Z10s first drop $80.
That's all it was like 4 months ago. Time is so weird. Like with COVID, like things are starting to not get back to normal necessarily, but we're moving in that direction. And like I feel like time should start speeding up, and it really just hasn't.
Dude, time is speeding up so fast for me. Like
Really?
literally, I will blink and a week will go by. And it's so funny because the NFT world moves so fast. I feel like I've been in the NFT world for years, and I literally haven't even been. I
You're
didn't.
gonna die soon.
I bought my first NFT less than 2 months ago. How crazy is that? Less than 2 months ago. So, I mean, it's very taxing on my health. Anyway, the last drop, the most recent drop, you could get a Z10 horse for $106.
Yeah, it's still pretty cheap. I mean, I'm gonna guess that we're somewhere in like the $150 range for Z10s now.
I wouldn't think so. I don't think it'd be that.
You don't think so?
much. No, I would probably say 120.
120. Oh, we can. You know what? This could be a fun thing. We can take some bets on that.
I'm gonna say the Z1s are probably gonna be $20,000.
I was gonna say 22 and a half.
I was gonna say like 19 to 20. I'd be kind of surprised if it breaks 20. I'm gonna say 20 is the high end, and then I'm gonna say Z10s are like 120 to 130 high end.
Okay. I think we're gonna hit 150. I hope I'm wrong because I mean cheaper is better for us. But,
Cheaper is better, and what I'll do is.
Oh, go for it.
Oh well, what I was gonna say is what I'll do is I'll just look for the cheapest two combinations. Right. So I'm just probably gonna get either two Z8s, two Z9s, or two Z10s, just depending on the price. That's your turn to speak.
Yeah, well, I was. You ended like in like an upward inflection on your voice. I thought you.
No, I didn't. No, I fucking didn't. Dude. Don't blame me.
Speaking of NFTs, I own a Top Shot card.
Yeah, congratulations. We talked about this last podcast. The Luka Doncic behind the back assist, very fucking tight. I've been screaming at Andrew to get me it, to buy me it, because he owes me from a bet that neither of us can really remember, but we both know he owes me it. And after the podcast wrapped up, he was able to actually purchase it. And you messaged me and you said your classic fucking little good news, bad news.
Yeah, but this time it was funny.
So why don't you tell the audience what the good news, bad news was?
Well, the good news was that I bought it, and it was I had it, and I could get it for you. The bad news is they have a gifting feature, and I was like, that's perfect. That's exactly what I need. So I went to it because I was going to gift it to you, right?
Right.
And then it popped up with a gifting requirements. Gifting is only accessible to collectors who fulfill the following requirements: 30 days after first purchase. That's a long fucking time. I have to own 20 moments at all times.
Insane.
That's ridiculous. And then own the moment for more than 7 days. If I buy it for a gift initially, why do I have to wait 7 fucking days? Like, if I'm literally buying it for a gift.
It makes no sense. It makes sense if they followed one of the three criteria. So if they said, in order to send a gift, you must qualify for one of these three things. The fact they make all three of those things mandatory to send a moment is asinine. Completely and utterly asinine. And I've heard some bad things about Top Shot. Their customer service is non-existent. No one answers questions. Their platform is a fucking mess. And I just reading that, I'm like, you're kidding me. The whole point of NFTs is that you own it and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. You can send it to a wallet. You can send it to a friend. I could fucking I could destroy it if I wanted to by sending it to a null address that doesn't exist. I can do all those things because I own the digital good. The fact that they have these rules in place, and I've never seen any other rule in place like this on any other NFT platform, makes me concerned about Top Shot. I actually could see their downfall. I really could, and it would be solely based off of the people running that platform.
And in the tech world, I feel like people misunderstand a lot. It's not about. It's so funny that we're talking about this because this is not sports at all.
Top Shot is
Top
sports.
Shot itself is a sports.
And Zed is sports. It's horse racing.
So my big thing is a lot of people think in the tech industry that getting there first is the most important thing. And timing is important, but if you have a garbage product, even if it's a really cool idea, people are going to come up and they're going to swoop you. Like, that's just what it's going to be. And I have a lot of faith that whoever does the NFL version of Top Shot is going to learn from the way Top Shot's doing it. And hopefully it's good. Now, I don't have a lot of faith because the NFL fantasy app is garbage. The NFL app is garbage. The NFL streaming platform for they all work with cable companies. It's garbage. They don't have an actual streaming option. Isn't that insane?
That is insane. But they do have. Didn't they team up with Amazon Prime?
So Amazon, you can watch primetime games on Amazon Prime if you have it, which is like the Thursday night game. But that's pretty much it. Now they do have a package through Hulu now, where you can get NFL Red Zone, but it basically costs you like $80. It's like getting Hulu TV with NFL bundle. So you're still paying for fucking cable, it's just on Hulu. Which is fucking dumb.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about an NFL Top Shot. I do know Topps Digital is doing baseball cards and a lot of other collectibles that I really like and I've already invested in. Like 10 cards on their first edition series. Bubbles. Topo Chico. So I really am hoping not Top Shot, Topps Digital, the people that make baseball cards, I hope they learn from Top Shot and say, hey, like, this is how you do things and this is how you not do things. I'm pretty sure I could just send anybody to anything, any baseball card I want. I can just do it. I can burn it if I want. They actually have the option on the Topps Digital platform. It has a little burn emoji, and if I wanted to, I could just fucking burn it. They make it really easy. That's what I want.
I cannot wait for the David Dobrik and the Mr. Beast videos of them like opening up 30 packs and burning 50% of the cards. And
it's going to be great exposure for Topps Digital.
No, it will be, and people are going to love those videos because for whatever reason, people love watching people throw away money.
Yes, they do. Okay, one last thing about Zed Run, because I just thought of it, and it's a good idea, is that there are different color coats for each horse. Okay?
That's true.
And although those coat colors don't mean anything right now, the team, the Zed Run team, has come out and said that in the future, coats will matter. Like the color of
how? Like just for rarity. It makes it for like different kinds of. That would make sense to me in just different forms of rarity, right?
Well, there are already different forms of rarity. So that's what I was going to say is they have a chart on their website of all the rare and super rare coats that you can look at. I would advise you to take a look at that chart, have it up when you're on the drop, right, because those are the horses that everyone's going to go for first, and that's going to be, I don't know if I necessarily care about getting a rare horse. I just want a Genesis horse. I mean,
Right.
because a Genesis horse is rare. I mean, I don't care about the rarity of the coat
Right. Like
per
if you
se.
got one, that's great. If you don't, it's not like the end of the world.
Right. So I would advise you because again, a lot of people missed out on the horses because it was so competitive. Maybe it's going to be a lot easier with these wave systems. Maybe not. I don't know. But just know that people will have that chart up. People have probably already memorized that entire chart of color coats and know exactly which ones are super rare, rare, and common. And those are going to be the horses. The super rare and rare ones are going to be the horses that get snapped up first. So just know that if you want to maximize your success of getting a Genesis horse, go for the common coats because there probably isn't going to be that much competition right off the bat.
Right. All right. That's good to know. And
Yes.
we'll update everyone more on Monday about like with our horses and stuff. And who fucking knows? I mean, I'm out of town this weekend, but on Sunday I'm back in town. And if I have my horses, I mean, I might, depending on what I do. Maybe I'm racing one. Maybe I'm not.
You know, what'd be really cool is if
We do a stream.
yeah, we do a stream. I think that would be really fucking cool.
It'd be sick. We can voice over it and all that kind of shit. It'd be super fun.
There's just so much content by getting a horse and racing it. Okay.
Do they have 1-versus-1 horse races?
Not yet, but they said it's in the works.
That'd be
It is a
super
feature. Cool. It is a feature they plan on implementing in the future.
I know, and I wonder if you can stake your own like Ethereum on it.
You should be. I mean, yeah, I would imagine.
As opposed to like it being like a standard race where there's buy-in and payout. It's like you stake and somebody agrees to stake and then you race your horses.
Yeah, or maybe pink slips for the horse.
Oh God, that sounds
no. I would never.
Awful.
I would never do that. But yeah, I definitely do believe there will be drag race horses.
All right, so you want to talk a little NFL?
I do. But what
do
do
you have something specific?
Well, kind of. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Is that what you wanted to talk about first? Is that what you were gonna, dangle the carrot?
Yeah, a little bit. Because I had a couple tweets over the week just because Aaron Rodgers stuff is going on, obviously. One thing specifically that stood out, Terry Bradshaw came out. Did you see my tweet?
Did I see your tweet? No, I didn't see your tweet, but I did see what he said about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he said he said he was being a baby, and he said that like he shouldn't be scared that Jordan Love is going to take his job. And I heard that stuff come out of Terry Bradshaw's mouth, and I was very upset because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Of course, Aaron Rodgers isn't scared that Jordan Love is going to take his job.
Right. Terry is a fucking dumbass old man, and he played for the Steelers, so I never liked fucking Terry Bradshaw. But he's just a fucking dumbass old man who doesn't have his finger is so far off the pulse, he might as well be in the grave. That's how far away his pulse is, not only to his own pulse, but the heartbeat of the NFL.
Dude, and I'm just like, Aaron Rodgers is 3-time MVP. Like, of course he's not like, and the other thing that's crazy about it is if Aaron Rodgers does retire, gets traded, I don't think anyone's certain who the starter for the Packers would be.
I mean, you would assume Jordan Love because they got him in the first round, but you're right. Who else?
They're gonna look like idiots no matter what. Because if you start Jordan Love and he's bad, they're gonna go, you're an idiot. I shouldn't say no matter what. If they start Jordan Love and he is the baller, the man, the myth, the legend, everyone's gonna say, oh, we fucked up. Like, you guys were right. But if he's really killing it, there's no way Aaron Rodgers is doing this. If he's actually concerned that he might lose his job to. You know what I mean? But because you're looking at practices and he knows for a fact that Jordan Love is not the dude.
Right. If you had to bet a year's salary on whether or not you think Aaron Rodgers plays next year for the Green Bay Packers, what would you bet?
That's really tough. To me, just based on a couple of things, it's really close. I would say he does not play for the Packers.
Really?
Yeah, because to me, you don't threaten retirement when you are retirement age unless you're going to do it. Because, again, this team has screwed him over. If this was the very first time, I'd be like, okay, he's bluffing. But they fuck with him all the time, and they don't listen to what he has to say. And he has been vocal about it for 3 years now. And I feel like when you are vocal for that long, you don't bluff, right?
But we don't. Okay, agreed, kind of. But what exactly? And I actually don't know. So I hope that you have clarification. But maybe you don't, which is more of a like, what the fuck is going on? What did the Packers do to make Aaron say all these things about he wasn't happy with the organization and all this stuff? I know before last year, before this season, it was about drafting Jordan Love and not getting wide receivers and not getting weapons for him and all this stuff. And he was pissing and moaning about it. And then they went to the fucking NFC Championship and he won the MVP. But I'm talking about right now, and it even looked like he was kind of happy. He was smiling, having fun throughout the 2020 season. And maybe him and Matt LaFleur were kind of buddy-buddy towards the end. But what has happened since then that has made him question his future in Green Bay so much?
So I think it's a culmination of things. I mean, when you are young, when you are Aaron Rodgers who is young, like Patrick Mahomes is, right? And when you do things like if like Patrick Mahomes is winning you games, almost no matter what you do as a front office, everyone's gonna go, front office is great. Yeah, they're drafting defense because they got Patrick Mahomes, right? And they're gonna say things like he can do it, so like let him do it. And that's what they did for Aaron Rodgers for a really long time. It's like that dude is that man. He's an MVP type player. We don't have to draft offensive weapons. Okay, yeah, I can kind of align with that thinking. Like, I don't agree with it. Like, I think you got to get your best players, the best people around them, as opposed to, like, trying to fix other things. I feel like you have to enable your best players. That's what makes you better. But as Aaron Rodgers gets older, he's going to need more help. It's just how it is. I mean, that's the Father Time's undefeated. Right? I mean,
Tom's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, but he's gonna be done in 2 years, maybe 3 years. I don't know when, but he's not playing football forever. So
right.
Like, I'm just saying that Aaron's probably like, I need help. These guys in Green Bay, like I want to say the last 10 years, they've taken one offensive player in the first round, and it was Jordan Love, and they traded up to get him. and if I'm Aaron Rodgers, that pisses me off. Then you're in the fucking NFC Championship game. It's 4th and whatever for a chance to tie it up. And they kick the field goal and take it out of your hands when you're the league MVP that year. One of the best quarterbacks probably to ever play football. Like, okay. Then it came out that he wanted a trade in this offseason, and it was said that the Packers were working on it. Comes out later that the Packers were never working on it, and that's what pushed him over the edge.
Damn. And he got engaged to Shailene Woodley.
Did he get engaged?
Yeah, he's engaged to Shailene Woodley. In fact, they might even be married. I don't know. I don't know, but they're definitely at least engaged.
Man, dude.
And she's a weirdo. She's a weirdo for sure. But to each their own. To each their own. While we're talking about the NFL, do you want to go fuck yourself?
Oh, fuck. We can. I didn't have a player.
Okay, well, I'll go first and give you some time to stall and maybe find a player. But here is my player, okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
This player was drafted in 2014 in the second round.
14.
Middle second round.
Okay.
Yeah. 2014, round 2, pick 53. So somewhere, actually, yeah, somewhere in the middle, maybe later half. Okay, anyway, since then, he has only played for one team, and it was the team that drafted him.
Okay.
He is a 4-time Pro Bowl. Okay.
Yep.
Since 2017, he has made 4 straight Pro Bowls.
Okay. And what year is this? 2021.
Right. So from 2017 to 2020.
So he's been in the league 7 years, and the last 4 he's been Pro Bowl caliber.
Correct. He was the NFL receiving touchdown leader for a year. I won't tell you what year, but he was the NFL receiving touchdown leader for 1 year of his career. He has 62 career receiving touchdowns and over 6,500 yards receiving in the 7 years he's been in the NFL.
That can't. They don't play for Chicago, do they?
They do not.
Okay. Before you said the yardage, I thought there was a chance it could have been what's his name, Allen.
Is he that? Has he been in the league for that long?
He has been. Let me actually. Oh, I'm not gonna look it up, but he has been because I remember he played for Jacksonville and then he got hurt right away, like after a year, and he tore his ACL and basically missed 2 years. So I always forget he's been in the league forever. Okay, so 2014, been in the league 7 years, Pro Bowl caliber for 4. He led the league in receiving touchdowns. You said?
Yes, for 1 year. I won't tell you the year unless we get down to it. He's had 62 receiving touchdowns in his career over 7 years and 6.5 thousand receiving yards.
Mm-hmm. And he's only played for one team.
One team, correct.
Is it Tyler Lockett?
It is not. Now, I will tell you the year that he was the NFL receiving touchdown leader. It was last year in 2020.
Is it Devontae Adams then?
It is Devontae Adams.
I forget how long he's been in the league as well because he feels like he's really young.
Yeah. And I was actually shocked when I looked it up and it was 2014. Obviously, I knew he wasn't picked in the first round because there's that fucking crazy stat.
Yeah.
With Aaron Rodgers, but 4 straight Pro Bowls, and 6,500 yards. That's almost 7,000. It's almost 1,000 yards per season.
I think Mike Evans I think has 1,000 yards receiving per season since entering the league.
Probably, dude. That guy's a freak.
He is a freak. Okay, let me see here. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. It took me 2 guesses, but I did get Devontae Adams. So
yes, you're allowed to guess wrong. If you can't get it, you have to go fuck yourself.
All right. This player was selected in the 5th round in the 2017 draft. They have 2 Pro Bowls, and they've only ever played for one team. They also, let me double check this. They also have an astounding low 14 total touchdowns in their 4 seasons in the league. And they have just over 3,500 total receiving yards.
Been in the league since 2017.
Correct.
5th round pick.
And he's one of the best at his position.
He's one of the best at his position. You're talking about a wide receiver?
Could be. I did not tell you the position.
Did you not?
I did not. I told you
that's fucking hard as shit.
It is hard as shit.
Oh my God. Usually we say, they've had this many passing touchdowns. They've had this many running touchdowns. Well,
so the reason I was going to either tell you the position or give you the hint that they are one of the best at their position. I'm talking like top 3. Top
3 in their position. Is he a slot receiver?
He is not.
Okay. All right. Been in the league since 2017. 2 Pro Bowls.
Correct.
14 touchdowns?
Yep.
His entire career.
14. That's regular season. I didn't check post.
But. Oh, it's Christian McCaffrey. No, it's not. No, he was drafted in the 1st round. The 5th round. That one's kind of.
I know that's the thrower.
It's 5th round.
All right. Do you want the position?
I want the position.
Tight end.
Fuck. Okay. Well then. Since 2017. One of the best in his positions.
Yep.
Oh my God, dude. Is it Darren Waller?
It is not Darren Waller, but you're kind of close.
Oh, then it's got to be. It's got to be fucking. Oh shit. Is he from Did he go to Iowa?
He did go to Iowa.
Yeah, it's oh my god, I'm totally blanking on his
Gotta
god.
call it.
I know, dude. No. I got his name. George Kittle. George
Kittle, exactly.
Jesus
Fucking,
Christ.
he was a 5th round pick.
Wow.
And he is, I mean, like, when he's playing, George Kittle is definitely a top 3 tight end.
Right at the buzzer, dude. Jesus. That was the hardest one yet.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, like, so that one, I tried to do something different by not giving you the position for it, but...
No, I liked it. 5th round, that threw me for a loop.
It's actually crazy he only has 14 touchdowns, though.
Yeah, that is 3,500 yards for a tight end is good.
Especially for only 4 years. I mean, like, and he only started 45 games. I mean, he's only had one 16-game season since he's been in the league.
5th round, dude. That's pretty nuts.
That's great value. 146th overall.
That's a steal. That was a steal. Very good, 49ers. Very good.
So now what I think is that are we done?
We could be done. I do want to say, just wrapping up with some baseball talk, that the Cubs beat the Dodgers. Pretty much swept them. Yep, swept them.
Oh, really? The Dodgers are good.
The Dodgers are good, and if you remember, they're your World Series pick. But Cubs won 7-1 first game, 4-3 the second game, 6-5 in the third game, officially sweeping the Dodgers.
I mean, the Cubs are figuring it out.
They are figuring out. They are still third in the league. I mean, in their division. In the NL Central, and
right
they still
Milwaukee, right above Cincinnati.
They still have a losing record of 15 wins and 16 losses, but one game away from 500, and then it's to the top.
Then it's to the top. I mean, I'm looking here, and I think the Dodgers division the best division. San Francisco, San Diego, Arizona, Colorado. No, probably not, right?
I don't think so. I would probably say...
the Oakland A's, they're 19-14. Is this finally their year?
Maybe. I'm looking... Let me fucking see. The Angels are fucking trash, dude. I feel bad for Mike Trout, but not really because he's getting paid so much money.
Dude, honestly, with baseball teams, like you could tell me how well they did, and I don't think a single one of them care.
Yeah, it's really about money, you know? And, like, individual awards more. I mean, maybe World Series matters. I'm sure it does matter to a lot of people and a lot of players. But for a fan, I don't like... I mean, actually, I don't know. It just doesn't mean as much winning a World Series than it does for football teams winning the Super Bowl or NBA teams winning the NBA Finals or even hockey teams winning the Stanley Cup.
I do have a question to ask you before we fade out here because I saw it on Instagram and I want to get your opinion.
Shoot.
They were debating what's harder to do.
Who's they?
The ESPN.
Fuck ESPN. Fuck the mothership.
They put it out on Instagram.
I don't fuck with them.
They were curious. They were trying to get people's opinion. What's harder to do, win an NBA championship or win a Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. 100%.
Yeah, 100% a Super Bowl.
It's not even
like
a question.
Because now, well, like I said, the better team in basketball usually always wins. I mean, it's very rare the better team doesn't win.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why, Andrew. It's because there's less players on the court. It's 5v5, okay? Which means that the stars get more playing time and they provide more of an impact. And not only that, but in the NBA playoffs, they make it out of series. It's out of 7 games.
Right.
Which means that on average, the better team will win as opposed to the NFL where it's 1 game.
Right, like, and if you have an injury, I mean, it sucks in the NBA, but you have like 7 games to hopefully get them back and have them playing. Like, if Russell Wilson's out for a playoff game, Seattle's probably going to lose. Like, I don't see, you know.
Right, or if you have a bad game, if you play like shit.
Yeah,
that's it. Done. Yeah, exactly.
Way harder to win. They were also asking, like, Tom Brady, like, would you give up 2 Super Bowl rings if you could go back and beat the Giants and have the perfect season? He said he would.
Yeah, I would too.
It's never been done.
It has been done by the Dolphins.
Sure, but I mean, like, that's.
Why'd you just say it's never been done? It has been done.
Yeah, I feel like different eras. It's like when you say if somebody today scored 100 points in the NBA. I mean, you're like, oh, it's. Yeah, I would. People could say it's never been done because of course, fucking what's his name has 100 points, but he was like 3 feet taller than everybody else. Like that wouldn't fly in today's NBA. So if you score 100 points, I'm like, that's a fucking big deal.
I mean, yes, but it was 1972. I just looked it up. It's not like I had it memorized. But it was 1972 that the Dolphins had the perfect season and then won the Super Bowl with Don Shula. That's not like forever ago.
That's
not like
over 50 years ago.
But it was in the Super Bowl era, is what I'm saying. And that matters.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. I will give you Super Bowl era. Yeah, I would take that.
Now, the record was 14-0 instead of 16-0.
Oh, so it doesn't count.
Right. Yeah.
So never mind. I take it back. I stand.
Oh, man.
Grapefruit.
Normally, you can only get this technique in one of my classes, but I wanted to share this with you because I believe every man should get grapefruited. When you grapefruit your man, it's going to feel as if you are giving him head and fucking him at the same time.
Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling.
Valentino Summers and Wave Runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. Valentino Summers and Wave Runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. How many Madonnas can that Mazda fit? My brick talk is more than obvious. It's ominous. Garage is the phantom. Ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. Blonde mohawk, the collection. I'm Dennis Rodman.
No better feeling would he ever get than being grapefruited. No better feeling would he ever get than...
Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling.
Time to hit the showers because baths are for babies.